So we're working through our I am words. And today we're talking about I am complete. Wholeness, basic wholeness. Knowing that you are perfect, whole, and complete, just as you are. And as they talked about in the video, there is no need for self-improvement as we often think about it. Because there's nothing to change. When we embrace and we really know that we are perfect, whole, and complete, then what we strive for is not to be intrinsically different. There's nothing to switch on or switch off. There's nothing to go get, as we often talk about. It's a matter of going above the clouds and seeing the sun, seeing the light. Remembering that that wholeness is always there beneath the surface. We're so caught on the surface. We get up and we look in the mirror. And right away, we start criticizing this. From head to toe. We criticize how we feel. We judge it. Often as we rip off the covers and put that foot on the ground, and we pay attention to how it feels to walk across the floor. And I know my friends and I often joke that as we get older, sometimes you just hurt yourself getting out of the bed or rolling over. Suddenly your neck hurts. What did I do to my foot? I don't remember injuring myself. Suddenly something's not working like it worked 5 minutes ago. And then we let that determine who we are for the day or every day. We let the container tell us who we are, rather than letting our consciousness, this awareness of what we truly are, determining our day. Complete was chosen by Linda. And in her journey, grieving her husband's loss, that was the word that came to her. Those of us who have lost loved ones often wonder who we are without them. We often feel incomplete with the people who made up our lives. We're often attached to someone or something. Is it the Jerry Maguire movie where someone says, "You complete me"? Probably 99.9% of my relationships, I went into feeling incomplete. It's always a recipe for disaster. Because no one, no thing can complete you. And the truth is, there's no need to seek completion. No need to seek completion. No need to look outside of what's in here for anything else. It feels like all these words that we've chosen are actually one journey. Now that we're kind of in the 5th or 6th word. They're becoming almost the same talk. Because it really is the same journey. It really is all about how much we have embraced who we are at our core. The daily word was perfect for us today. Because the scripture said we are made in the image and likeness of God. And if that's the case, and I say yes it is, there's my 2 cents for the day, then you cannot be incomplete. There isn't anything wrong. There isn't anything missing. We're not broken. We're not damaged. We're not wanting. No matter how many messages you've received from the time you first took a breath until now, and there are always messages out there, aren't there? Some of us got them from our family of origin. We got them in school from a teacher. Oh, you're not a good artist. You shouldn't sing. Somebody teased you about your red hair, shape of your nose. It could be anything. Your feet, your name, there's always something, isn't there? And then we compare ourselves against everybody else we approach. How do we stack up against what's coming towards us? Prettier, taller, skinnier, richer. Seem to have it all together. Married, not married. Have children, don't have children. We always have these things we're calling in that somehow make us compare ourselves to what's out there. And the only thing to compare ourselves to is the divine. That's the gold standard. We are that gold standard. Jesus came and talked all the time about that gold standard and lived his life invoking that gold standard. I and the Father are one. And our job is to invoke the same so that we can embrace this wholeness that is not only ours, but is us. It's not something you have, it's what you are. Whole, perfect, and complete. Just as you are, right here, right now, in your seats. No matter what went on this morning, no matter what went on all week, no matter what you heard, what you saw, how you compared yourself, none of that matters. So there's nothing to improve. I think the journey, the things that we seek, are really to be able to see and know what this wholeness is. What is this divinity that I am? What does that mean in this moment? How do I show up now as this unique expression of God? How do I show up now? How can Kim be a unique expression of God right here, right now, today, in every single moment? We are called to that. And every time we go outside of ourselves to look for something, whether it's money, relationship, food, sometimes sex, whatever it is, when we're looking for something outside of ourselves, that's a whole nother talk. That's next week, and we'll probably have lined outside the door. Whenever we're looking for something, what we're really seeking is that wholeness, is to know it, is to feel it, is to experience it. To feel it wrap around you so that you know indeed there is nothing else but this. Most of us catch glimpses of it here and there. We see it, we feel it, maybe in moments of meditation. And then we get up, and we proceed with our lives, and somehow it falls away. We forget the minutiae of the day. It starts to crowd in, and suddenly we're not that divine being anymore. We're just trying to get through the day. Slogging through. We forget. Just like that. We step out of meditation. And so our challenge is, how do we keep it with us? How do we remind ourselves? I use my affirmations, and I find that they come up. I have a list of them. I find that they come up during the day so that when I encounter something, I remind myself of what I am. And when I hear myself saying things that are contrary to the truth with a capital T, I invoke it back in through a statement of truth that is meaningful to me. We've got to be able to stay in that mindset, that consciousness. To know what you are truly, complete, always. And like the Daily Word said, the outer circumstances don't matter. We need to see abundance even when the bank account doesn't agree. Feel wholeness even when we're not feeling well. When we're in pain, either physically or emotionally, to know we're still whole and that there's nothing lacking. And that beneath those circumstances, above the clouds, is the sun shining. It's a matter of lifting up the consciousness. So your consciousness, that's the plane, coming up above the clouds in the storm. And then soaring above the clouds with the sun. Staying in that higher consciousness. Staying in the higher consciousness. That's our job. That's what we're called to. And it's actually what we're seeking when we think everything else is going to make a difference. We're really just seeking the truth. We're seeking that one thing, which is seeking us, which is us, which is flowing through us, tapping us on the shoulder. Remember me? Those little things that come up during the day that say this is all about goodness, that you are all about goodness, that you are the goodness and the light in the world. So use what you need to use to keep you in that consciousness. Maybe it's music. Maybe it's scripture. Maybe it's affirmations. I know people who have Post-it notes all around the house. I have blue ones that say inspire in different rooms. I have a copy of my affirmations on my phone, so if I need to read them during the day, I can go there. Sometimes it's just a matter of taking a breath, a deep breath, reminding yourself that breath is life, and life is breath. And calm yourself and get away from the clouds that are in front of your eyes. And remind yourself who you are. Whole, perfect, and complete. Whole, perfect, and complete. And the perfect doesn't mean everything is in place in your house. That's what I always thought it meant. And that you had no dust. And the closets look like the Container Store had just come and done wonderful things to every closet in your home. Doesn't mean your hair is just so, or that you have the perfect measurements. Who knows what they are? It doesn't mean that you don't have wrinkles, or that you don't occasionally walk with a limp, or that sometimes you forget when you want the word, or you go into a room and forgot what you went in there for. This morning I said to Marilyn, what am I doing in here right now? She said, honey, I wish I could help you. If I knew, I'd tell you. I was looking for the same pen I was looking for out front. Doesn't mean I'm not perfect, whole, and complete. None of that matters. So no matter what you've been through, no matter the pain you've had, no matter the abuse you've suffered through life, no matter the dysfunction, the statements that were made, the judgments that are made, and will continue to be made, the stuff that will continue to fly in your face daily, it doesn't matter. You are still whole, perfect, and complete. And what you do is take spiritual consciousness and see with your divine eyes the truth of you, the truth of a situation. There's a young man named Zion. Zion Clark. He's a 21-year-old wrestler from Ohio. He was put up for adoption as a baby and was raised in the foster system. At 2 years old, he was introduced to wrestling and was immediately intrigued. When he entered his freshman year in high school, he got involved with the wrestling team. Zion was born with a condition called caudal regression syndrome that impairs the development of the lower half of the body. What would stop many from even attempting to get involved with sports made Zion feel he had an edge. But that didn't make anything easy for him. During his freshman and sophomore years of high school, he didn't win a single match. He persisted, though. By the time he was a junior, he had refined his technique and started winning a lot. He trained 6 days a week. He finished the year with 33 wins and 15 losses. He went on to attend Kent State University and made the wrestling team. At 19-year-old, he was ranked 8th in the National Collegiate Wrestling Association. That same year, he also qualified to be a member of the track team in the Paralympic Nationals at UCLA. He raced with athletes from around the world and reached speeds in excess of 20 miles per hour during his events. In 2016, he won state titles in the 100 and 400 meter race, placed third in the 800 meter competition, and placed third in the shot put. At the end of his senior year, he was adopted by Kimberly Hawkins, the woman who raised him for most of his life. He now dreams of going to the Paralympic Games and winning gold. I want you to meet Zion. In the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary, Zion means spiritual consciousness. gives me goosebumps to think about that. This is an 11-minute documentary on Netflix. You gotta watch it. Perfect, whole, and complete. Young man born with no legs. Perfect, whole, and complete. It moves me to think of what this life really is. What you really are. There's really no words for it. If you do nothing else in your day, spend time embracing what you really are. And when you find glimpses of it, it will take your breath away. And it should. Because we are each miracles. And we walk around failing to see the miraculous in ourselves. We can all benefit from saying, I am complete. There's nothing else that you need. Nothing. Let's take this in a meditation. So close your eyes and breathe deeply. Just call to mind those labels you apply to yourself sometimes. Labels someone else has put upon you. See the words kind of float by your mind's eye. Just see those words float by your consciousness. Having no attachment. And just be in them right now. See them. And knowing that you are safe. And that all that you feel is true, good, and right for you right here, right now. Let yourself feel what you feel when you hear those words. And just let it go. Not smart enough, not gifted enough, too old, too skinny, too fat. Won't amount to anything. You're poor, you're weak. Just don't have it. Won't ever have it. Incompetent. Just let them go. Knowing that anything that comes from outside has no power over you. It is not who you are. And as you continue to see those words, let them start to evaporate. Bathe them in light. Let the light surround those words, the feelings attached to those words. And let the energy of that light zap them out of existence. See them burst. And those words become fragments, losing their power. They have no power other than what you assign to them. They are mere words. They are not you. Continue to see those words dissipate. Feel your emotion around them dissipate as they disappear into thin air, like fireworks bursting in the air, becoming nothing before they hit the ground. Just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. And now call to mind your word that you've chosen for the year. Call up the word complete, divine, perfect, whole, goodness, love, light, magnificence, strong, powerful, imaginative, creative, blessed, loving, beloved, healthy, faithful, abundant, beautiful, this is who you are. Complete, complete, perfect, picture yourself bathed in light, the light that is God, the light that is you. The light that you can never be separated from, for it is you. Just like the wave cannot be separated from the ocean. Feel the power, the goodness, the strength, the joy, the wonder, the curiosity that bubbles up as you embrace your divinity. There was a plan for you long before you were born. And you are here now for a very special reason. A unique expression of the divine. Breathe in deeply. As you exhale, let go of any remnants of negativity, of feeling less than. Breathe in again. Breathing in goodness, light, truth, divinity, love, joy, power, vibrant health, wholeness. And as you continue to breathe, continue to hold that. Continue to hold that. Light is the truth of who you are. One more deep breath together. And exhale. Stay anchored in this feeling. Just relax. Knowing that this feeling of power, of love, of joy, peace is yours always. The sun always shines above the clouds.